Okay, so we have found a secret here. Now, Taylor has been clamored for years by all of its loving fans. We want a solid, built in the USA GS Mini. Solid tone woods. That's all I want.
It'll never happen, you say?
It has happened. It already happened. You just didn't know it happened. Because they built the GT, the Grand Theater. That's pretty much what that guitar is. Johnny's holding it right there in his hand. I'm holding the GS Mini, the all-known beloved, which is one of my favorite guitars in my whole collection.
It's true.
Like, I play my silly Taylor GS Mini more than any other guitar I have almost, just because it's a pick up and play guitar. And I love it. And it's been sort of like just one of the staples of, it's become its own market. It's huge. I mean, you say it is just, and I hate saying it, it pains me in some ways, but the GS Mini Koa sells more than the entire Guild guitar line. Like that's just one guitar in the whole Taylor family. It sells so much. This strange little Koa beast.
Yep.
I think it's $8.99 now.
Yeah.
Next year it'll be $13.99, I'm sure, but
soon to be $3,000.
No, there are some. But so what are you're holding the GT right now, the Grand Theater.
That's true.
That is, it's got the ES2s in it.
Yep.
It's got the urban ash back and sides, a spruce top. It's got a little bit of a longer scale length than this, a little bit of a wider nut. That's what everyone with GS Mini
Which is what everyone always says, right? Like, hey, I wish this was a little bit wider nut, a little easier to play. Made in America, solid wood. There you go. That's that.
It is, and because there's been guitars that have tried to do the GS Mini exact size with the full nut. It doesn't work right.
For some reason, it doesn't quite translate, right?
I know. We've seen it in other guitars that we've even had here at the shop before, and it's just everything gets weighted wrong. It doesn't sound great. It doesn't play as right. It feels funky. I mean, don't get me wrong, they nailed this one.
The GS Mini is an amazing guitar. I mean, it's right, But the GT is pretty. I remember when we first got GTs. They're pretty awesome. And I mean, if you do want a little bit extra out of your GS Mini, I think it's there.
No, and it is more expensive. You're getting solid tone woods,
Yep.
and you're getting built in the USA. So you're entering in that sort of $1,500 to $1,600 price range pretty quickly there. You can get, without electronics, it's a little bit less. Seems like everybody wants the electronics in these guitars nowadays.
Yeah, it's true.
Even though most people probably don't use them. It's hit or miss.
When you're open micing,
Open micing is vital.
you got to have your electronics.
You don't want to mic it at open
No.
mic. You want to just be able to plug and play. Bring your 9 volts. Ladies and gentlemen, bring your 9 volts. But I think this, let me hold that thing again.
Hold it.
I just want to, it is, it's just the neck is slightly bigger. It's got like a little tiny, unpronounced V in there. If you haven't played one yet, give yourself the little pat on the back, and it's okay to go down to your local shop.
Try it out.
Get your hands on one. We sell a lot of them ourselves. We love selling them because it doesn't just come in this flavor.
Nope.
Just like the GS Mini. Let's start bringing them out. There's all sorts. There's a 611. There's an 811. There's a K. Let's just pull up the ones that are really showy. The 8 looks like an 800 series, but let's grab this guy.
I mean, that's a good looking guitar.
I'm just going to do that.
Yeah, that's all you really need
You
to
don't
see.
even have to see the front. Okay, well, the front's great too. It's got the antique burst on here. They've sort of, this is like taking your GT and then just sprucing it up even further and be like, hey, I've got the fanciest GS Mini on the block now. And it sounds like a little mini J200. That's the trick with these things. It's like a little mini one. It's not a J200 by any stretch, but it has that sort of
Similar
mapley
tonal properties.
It's cool. So yeah, put that one down. I'm gonna trade you this one. I'm gonna trade you. We're gonna pass it along like.
Pass them around.
Look at the Mission inlays on the front too. It's a cool guitar.
No, it's super cool. I mean, it's just
And again, don't have to buy these from us. Just go check them out. If you've been wanting a GS Mini and you love that GS Mini size and shape, which we all do, and you want something a little bit more pro level, you might say, or whatever. I think the GS Mini nails it. These are the next step up, the logical step up, smaller than the Grand Concert, and just fun to play.
Well, I mean, like I'm a large-ish guy, and the GS Mini seems kind of small to me, but this seems, to me, I prefer this size, like couch guitar, center. I mean, obviously, this is a lot for a couch guitar.
Well, that's a good point. Because that's like a $3,500 guitar almost right now. We jump substantially up when you go into these things.
Right.
Don't worry, it gets worse.
But I mean, if you were out gigging and you wanted something comfy that's easy to play, but that still looks amazing, has great appointments. You could make worse choices.
Sounds
for a
phenomenal.
stage guitar. Yeah.
And you were saying, like, because you are a little bit bigger than I am. I mean, I can still win an arm wrestling.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because I watched over
It's mostly your training, your technique. It's the technique.
Well, the amount of times I watched it.
When you do your hat around, God, it's strange.
We're gonna make this a thing. We're gonna talk about this every day for the whole week. We've only talked about it once.
The next video, can you just have your hat backwards? Just really.
I did have my hat on backwards the other day when I was on a boat in Myrtle Beach because I didn't want it to blow off, and it was so much fun. No, but if you're a bigger cat, like let's say you are like 6'5", a GS Mini is going to look a little tiny.
A little bit.
This is still going to look tiny, but not quite as tiny. It still fits. This looks like a GS Mini does on normal folks.
On normal
to a
people.
6'5" person.
Yes.
Talking to you, Louis Beeman.
Or like John Mayer and his Strats.
Or John
tiny little
Mayer.
mini Strats.
John Mayer and Louis Beeman I sort of put in the same.
They're the same.
They're about the same.
I've never seen them in the same room. They could be the same person.
It's like Clark Kent and Superman.
Oh my God.
Bruce Wayne and I'm Batman. My kids are always saying that around the house right now, which makes me so. Hey, how do you do that so well? Because I'm Batman. Like my old 6-year-old I'm like, I love you, son.
Great.
Let's go up to their flagship. Skipping the 811 right now. This is the K. This one is the monster. This is the one that cost me a lot of money too, because my wife saw this guitar and had to have one, which I'm not thrilled with at all. This one is not for the faint of heart. This is over $5,000. It is gorgeous. It sounds supple, sweet, milky, with a little bit of honey. I'd say milk and honey is the sound of this guitar. It's also a great place.
I wish if you had used syrupy, we could have had perfect alliteration there.
I just think milk and honey is also a speakeasy in New York. That used to be great. No, it's a speakeasy. It's a really good bar. Right. It's back when, like, I remember going there for the first time and being like, I paid $15 for a drink. And I was like, that's insane. This was like well over a decade, 15 years ago or something. And now it's just the normal price.
That's just, PBR, $15.
$15 in New York. New York is like $8 for a PBR. It's ridiculous. No, so this is the exact same guitar as that. And as far as the dimensions, the build.
Yeah.
Slightly different inside. The outsides are dramatically different. Obviously, you've got the vine inlay on this girl. You've got obviously the shaded edge burst koa. You got the flame maple binding with the black. Oh my God, there's more in here. There's more. It's even more maple.
But wait.
But wait, if you buy this one, you can get another one for the same price as what that would be. Shipping's free. No, it's. I discovered this line, and Sean and all the guys at the shop were like, God darn it. Do we have to have this too? Because
yes,
we are GS Mini hookers. Like we love GS Minis.
All right.
Like I love them. And then this is.
We'll go with that.
Now I have one of these sitting in my living room, which really frustrates me.
Graduated to the Grand Theater.
Well, my wife doesn't even deserve to graduate to this one, I don't think. Don't get mad at me for saying that. I'm not trying to keep her down.
Are you guitar shaming? Are you skill shaming? Is that a thing yet?
She got to be better than my kids.
Well, yeah.
I guess she's a little better than kids. Gus is getting a run for the money, and he's 6.
There you go.
Taylor. My wife's name is Taylor, so I can say that. Augustus is.
It just occurred to me that you have a Taylor and a Loudon. That's crazy.
I know. I have a son named Loudon and a wife named Taylor.
I knew these things separately, but just
My future ex-wife will be named Leo Martin. So I'm hoping
that would be the best thing ever.
I was like, it'd be a strange thing.
Except for the whole that means Taylor either has to die or you have to get divorced.
I mean, I prefer one of those. I'm not going to say which one because I don't want to get in trouble. But all you fellas know what I'm talking about. No, it's Taylor did do it. They have not done the job to market it this way.
They really haven't.
Which is really funny. I think they've just kind of like they don't realize what they've done, or maybe they do. They just didn't tell anybody. But we want to tell you, like if you haven't figured it out yet, they've made the solid USA built GS Mini. It's called a Grand Theater.
That should have been the marketing pitch immediately. Like, you asked, we did it. Here it is.
I mean, I was sitting here having drinks with Aaron Dablow from Taylor Guitars like just last week, and we were talking about this. And like, he's like, I don't know why we were all laughing about it. It's like, because that dude's smart. Like, I'd just go check out his Instagram. I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's fun.
He's like, darn it, Baxter.
Check out his TikTok. It's on fire. I'm just kidding. When you're my age, you can't say something's on fire unless it's actually on fire.
Be like you saying something slaps.
Ugh.
That'd be horrible.
It
makes me cringe just saying it out of my mouth.
And then you saying cringe is also something we're not supposed to say that either.
Are we not?
We're too old to say cringe.
Oh.
It's I'm sorry. It's just
The intricacies of our new language. It's great.
We've been hemmed in by the vocabulary police. We can't say certain things anymore because we're not cool
probably
and
good.
hip anymore. But or ever were. But no, check out the GTs across the board. They're great. The 811. I don't have one right here right now because I think someone is literally playing it in the other room right now.
They keep disappearing. Darn it.
No, they did. That's a big seller, but they're fun guitars. They're great guitars, and they fit comfortably. And you can play them on the couch.
You can stretch big faraway chords.
Yeah, big faraway chords.
You have long fingers. That's great.
It does make you seem like a monster when you play like,
Oh my god.
so good. Then you play like a D20, and you're like, damn,
Oh yeah, no.
piddle sticks. It's just a fun instrument. Have a great time with them. We certainly do. Thanks for joining us.
We shall see you next time.
That was happy.